queen versus pawn on 6th rank. So let's just uh, place the position here. So let's firstly take the non-rook pawn and and queen for the white and non-rook pawn for black. So let's set up the position. Black queen on the corner, black king just staying opposite to it. Black king is on like okay, let's put it over here, and black pawn on non-rook pawn on e3. So black is just rushing towards the end to promote to his queen. So white ends things quickly by permanently stopping black's pawn in its track. So queen a5 by giving queen a5 check, and the king has to move. So king d3, getting closer to the pawn, and another move is queen e1. So getting this square where the white pawn just promotes. And after that e2, pressuring on white. So and now king c6. So king just slowly moves march towards the pawn and just controls this, and just black can't prevent it, just king coming towards the pawn. So white just marches his king to the pawn, and like king e3, and then king c5, king c5, king d3, and king d5. If the king just moves away from the pawn, then it's just win for white. So just uh, king just can't move besides these three squares. So after king d5, king e3 again, and king c4, and king f3, because this square is occupied now, controlled by white. So king f3, and now king d3. So in the next move, the pawn will be captured. So black has to move now, like anywhere he can go. So these squares are now controlled by white, so it cannot go anywhere. So this will be the win for white. So quite easy position for white to play on with the 6th rank pawn. Now so let's take an rook pawn now this time. So rook pawn, for rook pawn, let's place white black here, and just place our pawn on h3. So heading towards this queen, and now let's take white king over here. Black king is on b8. So black is like threatening to just promote the pawn to the queen. So rook pawns often prove the exceptions to various general rules. In this case, white does not want the pawn to get on the 7th rank. So we'll discuss that in a moment, but he also can't get his queen to h1. So this h1 square is very difficult to reach for white, so which would allow white to win, as we did just in this previous example. But this time the square is just impossible for white to get on. So queen g5 check, and king h1. So king s2 just blocks the pawn. So like king s2 just blocks the pawn and lets white safely move his king closer. So after that, the king can uh, come closer. So king s2 is played, and just it allows white to instantly win the pawn by just queen g4, and as seen at the end of our main line in the previous in this position. So black to move and loses his pawn. So white's main winning idea when a rook pawn is on 6th rank is like after king h1, all of white's subsequent moves are geared towards creating the position in the figure, so in the diagram here or in the given position. So queen d5, check, d5 check, king has to move, so king g1 and king s2, and queen f3 wins the pawn. So uh, queen like d4, check another now, and king h1. So slowly, the queen is just marching towards the king. So we already know that king s2 falls victim to queen g4, but while king f1 also loses to queen f4 check and king g2. So 5 king g4 and king s2, king c7 is winning the pawn. So queen e4 check and king g1 and queen g4. Sorry, queen g4 check and king s2. Sorry, king s2, king c7 check. Sorry, king c7. Sorry, king c7 is like coming from here. So after king has gone to s2, like black king white king slowly marches down. So and black is forced to jettison his pawn by king h1, and queen just simply takes the h3. So this is game over for white. So lone queen and versus king and pawn on 6th rank is always a win for the queen side. So this is a simple position in the end game we have discussed. So in the next video we'll be covering up queen versus pawn on the 7th rank. So 6th rank is almost a win for white. So stay tuned for our next video, and till then, play good chess and bye bye.